What is up, guys? Are all courses a scam? That is what I'm going to be asking myself and you guys listening as well. I'm really interested to get your guys' thoughts, let you know why this question has been continuously coming up for me and where I'm going to be taking, my mentorship and what I'm trying to do as an ethical leader out here. So I thought it'd be a good topic of conversation. And so let's get right into it. By the way, I've had a couple people tell me that the intro was too long, so hopefully that was a bit shorter. I know that for you guys on Instagram, you don't see that intro, but by the way, you should see the intro. You should go to subscribe to my Today's Misguided Mentors YouTube channel. It's either in my bio link or you could just go to YouTube and punch in Today's Misguided Mentors. That way I can see your guys' activity in your comments. But anyways, I got some claims from some people saying that the intro is way too long, bro. This isn't TV and stuff like that. So anyways, hopefully that was much shorter because I think it was only like 10 seconds. Hopefully it wasn't. I'm trying to stick around 10 seconds and not. I realize also, if you may have noticed, I'm playing like metal music, like some technical death metal, because if you guys know me, that's the type of music I've been playing for almost 18 years. And it's got a lot of energy, so I like it. So anyways, it's me. But anyways, thank you. I appreciate that, Sweet Goth. What is up? Hopefully you made it through the Tony Robbins seminar or whatever the hell he's putting on. But anyways, yeah, so I want to talk about something, and I want to talk about, are all courses a scam? This is, and especially for me, this is an important question for me to ask myself. I've been dabbling. This question has been on my mind for a while. I'm asking myself, should I put out courses? Why should, should I or should I not? Why not? So anyways, I'm going to tap into a couple things. I'm going to show you a Reddit page that I stumbled across here just a little bit ago, and some interesting things that they talked about. Excuse me. I'm going to play a little brief clip of me and Brad Lea talking about this just the other day, which he's going to hate. He hates it when I record him. And he's like, yeah, man, you didn't ask my permission, but I don't care. So I put him to the test when he says I don't care, and then I record. Another thing is, it's my birthday today. Today's my birthday. My daughter gave me this little birthday pin. It says birthday boy, so I'm the birthday boy today. I turned 42. I feel really good. Obviously the body's got a little bit of wear and tear, but overall I feel really good and healthy. And I can't complain. I'm super blessed and thankful and grateful to feel the way I do, be able to do the things I still do after, some of the stuff that I've put my body through. So anyways, let's jump right into this. You lost brain cells, but I'll regain some hanging out here. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah. And you, undoubtedly you'll get some of those brain cells back. So the question is, are all courses scams? Meaning, are all these gurus, all these mentors and coaches that are putting out courseware, are they all bad? That is the question. And my opinion is that no, they're not all bad. If you had to guess me to gauge it, I've been saying this statistic quite a bit. I feel like 90%, maybe even 95%, I would go as far as to say that, are unethical or self-serving. More specifically, self-serving, meaning that the person putting out the course or the person that is trying to sell something is there to serve themselves and not really genuinely there to help people, not really there to provide a solution. And they're just so focused on the profit part rather than actually helping the person. That is my personal opinion based on what I see and the experiences I've had being in the self-development space for over 4 years now. As a coach, as a mentor, and as a person who consumes content. So what does that mean? That means there's a very, very small percentage of ethical mentors out here who actually care about people. I'm talking 5%, 10 being gracious. Like, that's a generous percentage, I would say. So what does that mean if there's only 10% at most of ethical people out here putting out courses that actually help people. And not only that, the person creating the course actually cares about the people. They don't really give a shit whether a person buys it or not. They're not going to be devastated because they're selfless. This is something they're doing to help people. Therefore, it doesn't matter if someone moves forward with it. If there's a small percentage, that means it's really hard for these ethical leaders and these ethical people putting out real courses that actually help people to actually get noticed. It makes it really hard for them to navigate the other 95% of unethical leaders out here, these lost leaders with false confidence, preaching ethics, preaching a bunch of stuff they don't do themselves, selling a bunch of shit on stuff that they don't actually operate their lives within as well, stuff they've never been through, so on and so forth. This is kind of an uphill battle. So I want to talk let me show you something here, and I'm going to talk about some of the things that have come up for me and where my thoughts are on this. I'd love to get your guys' comments, your thoughts on this. Let me know if I'm out of my mind, I'm full of shit. Let me know your thoughts. If you think, all courses are scams, let me know if, there are ethical people out here putting out stuff, serving people and not themselves. Let me just read this. So I stumbled across, let me window capture this real quick here. Okay. So I stumbled across this page right here on Reddit that basically brings awareness to scams. It's more of a peer-reviewed based scammer alert type thing. And I just briefly looked through it, and this guy's comment right here stuck out to me because when I read it, I was like, man, that's exactly where I'm coming from, actually. All right, he said, I've been freelance marketing consulting on the side. Nothing major, but landed a handful of clients. Long story short, I've been building an online course set that matches my person teaching that they can go back and reference to keep learning, onboarding, etc. I've been thinking about selling the program as an online course and educational tool, but the amount of spam and BS out there has really put me apprehensive. It's almost like people don't take you seriously if you have an online course because of all the regurgitated scammers. So I've been sitting on this the past 6 months. All right. That is also one of the things. Whoops. There we go. That is also something that's been on my mind. I've noticed that I've been hesitating because not only are there a lot of scammers, but I'm a person who calls them out all the time on the regular. I'm out here calling them out saying, you're full of shit. Some of them I've taken their course. Some of them I've spent thousands, hundred thousands of dollars with. And I'm like, yeah, it's all bullshit. I didn't learn any of that you said. All these claims that you're making is all bullshit. So here I am calling people out, creating awareness, asking people to discern, take a closer look at things, claims and all that, and make better decisions. And now I'm thinking about doing my own course. Well, what's the course going to be on? Ironically, I'll be doing courses on how to properly buy courses, maybe. I'll be putting out courses on how to navigate the self-development matrix. I'll be putting out courses on how to simple things that people struggle with. How do you say no in a predatory atmosphere? How do you say no when you're being pressured? How do you say no when you're being shamed? How do you not let somebody get inside your head and your thought process? Stuff like that, like really valuable courses in my opinion, because I know it's valuable because no one ever put out a course for me to buy or look at before I started getting involved in this predatory atmosphere. I just jumped in. Next thing you know, I started adopting other people's thought processes. I started buying into all these sayings that really hook people, like the proximity is power, your network is your net worth, those who pay attention, commit first, figure out the rest later. I can go on and on and on. Success leaves clues. Be the dumbest person in the room, not the smartest. You're the sum of 5 people you hang out with. There's so many of the regurgitated sayings that all of these gurus put out there, and I bought every single one of those ideas and ended up losing myself and ended up becoming a zombie and paying out the ass for things because I thought it was the right thing to do. And everything that I was ever promised never came through. Everything I was told was going to happen never got delivered. So I know this is something valuable I'm putting out. I was just on the call with Brad Lea the other day, and some might actually say he's a scammer. I personally have had some good experience with him, and out of all these people I have invested money with, he's been the most ethical. His team is actually really, really good. They've never once upsold me. I bought this $30,000 program from him almost 3 years ago, and I've never once got an email from him. I've never been upsold. Grant Cardone, I would literally get 50 emails a week. I'm not even kidding you. Ask anybody who's on his email list. You get hammered and you get calls all the time. So I can personally attest that actually means a lot coming from someone like me who vets gurus, mentors, coaches, if he wants to be called that. He really hasn't disappointed me, and he's shown that he actually is a good person. But I was talking to him, and I told him kind of the same thing, and he gave me a little bit of good advice. So I wanted to, let me see if I can even pull this up. Let's see here. All right, hold on one sec. Oh, I don't think I can actually, let's see. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to show you, which is a bummer. Let me see, because it's on my media player. That's a bummer. I should have tried to set that up before I actually... Yeah. All right. So anyways, what he said was, well, maybe I'll just play the audio, and you guys can hear that. Let's see if you can at least just hear the audio and what he said and what I told him. And the reason for that is because here I am...
What are you uncertain about?
So I'll tell you exactly. One of the things that I'm trying to figure out how to navigate appropriately is the fact that I call out a bunch of coaches and mentors, unethical ones, and then here I am putting out a course. I got to do it the right way. You know what I mean? Like, and so my courses are going to be...
Pay attention. The fact that you just made that statement shows me clearly that then you don't have the right perspective. Okay, listen. I invested millions of dollars in all these courses. 99% of them screwed me, okay? However, going through all of this, okay, that's your mess. Going through all of this, I've learned there are also good people and good courses. And basically, I want to show you what not to do or how to avoid being screwed. Everything that you're talking about. So I'm calling out these fucking fake gurus. And by the way, that'll get popular because, Baller Busters and all them other ones do it, and CoffeeZilla and shit.
Yeah.
They create entertaining content and call these people out.
Okay. So he basically was telling me stuff that I already know. And I appreciated the fact that he told me that, because I know I'm getting caught up in my own head. And he was 100% right. That wasn't all he said. He said a lot of other valuable stuff. And it was good for me to hear, because although I am a person who really doesn't give a fuck what people think about me, I still have things that I'm a human. I still fight with certain things. And so this is just an example of how I looked at myself by hearing him and a couple other people point out to me that, like, dude, you need to do this. Like, because 95% of people are scamming, are conning, and really aren't delivering any value. Here I am with something that actually is valuable, and it's going to help people avoid scammers, avoid conning, and avoid getting brainwashed by people and taken advantage of. So it just put things in perspective. And so he was 100% right. And I already knew that. It's just sometimes I get caught up in my head, and I just need to hear it from someone else. So let me get caught up here. I appreciate that. Thanks for the happy birthday, love. You saw a 68-year-old lady giving Tony $500. That's not ethical. Probably not. I mean, I don't know. We really don't know the scenario. I guess I would need to know more context in that. Obviously, I have my opinions about Tony Robbins, and that just the brief details of a 68-year-old woman giving Tony Robbins $500. First thing that comes to my mind is, like, for what? What does she need at 68 years old from a self-development guru that's going to help her at 68? So that would be my first question. So more than likely, I'm probably in agreement with you on that. What's up, Lorraine? Usually the upsell is disappointing. Yeah, exactly. And it's not even the upsell. It's the way it's presented, right? When people, for instance, let's talk about an upsell. So like if I just did a free, let's say I did, because I had an idea of doing like I want to do a bunch of free stuff first, right? Which is the whole point of doing this YouTube channel. I want to do like a free weekly live call, which I already got set up actually. It's on all my pages. It says free massive live call link or something like that, or free massive impact access. Basically, once I get launched on that, I'm going to be doing weekly live calls where I'll be doing something like this, talking about, ethical sales, how to navigate the predatory atmosphere, how to discern, how to find the right mentor, how to make sure your mentor you currently have is the right fit, how to make sure people you're working with are actually ethical and not serving themselves. All those type of topics I want to keep talking about and making available to people. So, I had an idea of doing a live call access and then having an upsell on there, but not being like, it's an offer. I wouldn't even call it an upsell. It would be an offer, more like, hey, for anybody who's interested, I have this offer. I don't even know what it is. Let's just say it's a course, because I'm still navigating how to approach this and form it. And so people understand that it's not there for me as a money grab type thing. It's there for me to help people. First of all, there's no pressure. I'll talk about that actually. I wrote that down. So, it's not sales or courses or mentorship or coaching that's like inherently bad. It's the pressure. It's the shaming, the bullying, the interrogating, the harassing to make a sale. It's the fake relationships. It's the relationships that are conceived on deception. It's the transactional energy that everybody always has instead of actually forming a real meaningful relationship with people. That's the problem. When there's an upsell or any type of offer with that kind of energy, that's a fucking problem. And that is a clear indication and a clear red flag that person is not doing things for the right reasons. They're chasing something. They're chasing money. They're chasing ego. They're chasing something. They certainly aren't in it for a meaningful relationship. And so I think the things that I'm worried about are not a worry, because my intentions, my characteristics, and my good heart are going to shine through all that stuff. I don't care about, I provide offers, and it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to buy something that I'm selling. That's it. There's no pressure. There's no urgency. There's no shaming. There's no brainwashing going on where I'm like, well, if you don't do this, then you're going to be average, or you need this, or you should do this. That's not the way I operate. That's not the way I sell. Matter of fact, for those of you guys who don't know me and the industry I've been in, I've had my own construction company, and I also help another local company here sell products. I don't operate that way. I'll donate time. I'll go to a homeowner's house and do a on-site site plan, which usually takes an hour, draw it, write up a proposal, present it to them, give them all the information they need, answer all their questions, give them a good experience, and leave them alone. If they say they need more time to think about it, I'm like, understandable. I mean, this is a big investment, and I totally agree with you. So let me know how to approach from here. Should I reach out to you? Should I follow up? If so, how long? Or should I wait to hear back from you? I really have a no pressure way of selling things, and I think it's very apparent in the energy I bring. And so I think I just be myself, and I'll be able to handle all the criticism that I'm gonna get. Like, I've already gotten it. I've gotten accusations of people. Just the other day, there was a troll on my Instagram that was telling me, oh, I'm just like everybody else. I'm selling courses, when I haven't even sold a course in a year and a half. I literally told Brad Lea to pause my account. I'm not selling shit, because all the courses on there I'm not in alignment with anymore and are not ethical. And I was brainwashed when I filmed them. And he was like, well, yeah, it sounds like you're ethical. So, I mean, I started giving out refunds. I apologized to people online, publicly. You can go back on my Instagram and look. I flat out told people, hey, if I scammed you, or if I deceived you into buying something you didn't want to buy, or I forced you or pressured you, I'm sorry. I'm giving out refunds. Reach out to me. I don't care if it's thousands of dollars, I'm giving it back. So I've already proven myself. And it wasn't to, it was to, yeah, show people I'm serious about this transition, and that person I was behaving like wasn't me to begin with. But not only that, is dead. I've gotten back to myself. This is who I'm going to be. This is how I operate. And so that made it clear for me to let people know I did it for that reason. I also did it for myself, to put myself under the hot seat and commit to that and be like, dude, this is it. Like, you gotta, but honestly, it wasn't hard for me. It like made sense. It was the right thing to do. So there's plenty of things. But anyways, I'm already getting that heat is what I'm saying. I'm already getting accusations of me being unethical, when I'm like, dude, I'm calling that shit out. When I see red flags in people, I'm telling people to pay attention. So I don't know how it just comes with it. I feel like Grant Cardone now. Haters are going to hate. I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying, well, see, that's the thing. We all know there are haters, but when Grant hops on a video and starts saying, oh, haters are going to hate and all that, it's just, what he's doing is just trying to hide behind something, never hold himself accountable, and never address stuff that he's being accused of. I'm completely different. If someone has a question about me, my ethics, my morals, questions about me scamming, questions about me doing this, doing that, I'm going to be addressing all that specifically. I will never hide and never run. And if I still never come to an agreement with somebody, just like I did the other day, where they're just like, nah, you're this, you're that. I finally told the guy, I was like, dude, it doesn't matter what I tell you. You're not going to believe what I say, and you have your mind made up about me. So, with respect, I don't think we're going to have a productive conversation. I think you've proven that. But when you're ready, I'll be here. And so that's unfortunately how I had to leave that conversation. But anyways, I'll always step up to the plate, to the things I claim I'm confident in. And so I'll always hold myself true to that stuff. So I think with that being said, I've finally gotten over the hump of selling courses. Now it's just a matter of what type of courses I'm going to be selling. And I got some really good ideas for people. I've already mentioned some ideas, like how to navigate the self-development space and stuff like that. Most of the stuff I'm going to be doing for free, though. So like, there's going to be very little I sell, and the stuff I sell is going to be dirt cheap. It ain't going to be no $5,000, $2,000 stuff. I'm talking about, 40, 50, maybe 100, 200 most type thing. I ain't here to, I'm not trying to limit the access people have to something that's super valuable and helpful. That's the sign also of someone who's not ethical, in my opinion. If someone has something so ethical, but you're charging $10,000 to get it, you ain't there to help them. You're there to fucking rip them off. You're there to just money grab. Otherwise, you wouldn't limit yourself to the amount of access people have to you and the thing that you claim is going to be super helpful for them. So anyways, I'm rambling on this and I'm passionate about this. Yeah. So hopefully, that gave you my opinion, Lorraine, on the upsell part of it. Sweet Goth, I appreciate you saying, keep doing what you're doing. It's important. You finally unsubscribed, Kat? Is that what you meant? Or do you mean subscribe? You mean you finally subscribed to my channel? Well, I don't think you unsubscribed, because you wouldn't, I don't think you'd be on the comment section, but I don't know. Anyways, I appreciate all you guys and your support. And hopefully I got, the people that support me understand my heart. And so I'm just going to bank on that. I'm not worried about people. It's coming. Like, people are going to be like, you're just like the rest of them. I've already heard it, and it's just going to intensify. I don't give a fuck. Like, that's not true. I'm going to stay true to myself. I'm going to actually help people, and I actually care about people, and I'll show it and I'll prove it in the actions that I do. So anyways, let me hit the water real quick. And if you guys are on Instagram watching, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube podcast channel. It's called Today's Misguided Mentors. Jump on there. I'll be able to interact and engage with your comments in the comment section. I appreciate you. This is crazy. I'm doing a birthday live stream. I love it. By the way, in regards to my birthday, here's a little side tangent. My girlfriend always kind of gives me shit that I kind of treat birthday just like another day. And she did tell me, like, her birthdays are like, you're not doing anything. or if it's her birthday, she's like, I'm not doing anything. I'm absolved of all chores. I'm not cooking. I'm not cleaning. I want to get pampered. I want things done for me. I get to pick the movie for dinner. I get to pick my dinner. And so, it was actually, she kind of put that in my head, and she was telling me, like, it's crazy that you don't, like, it feels like you're ungrateful, you're not really happy for this day that you were born, and you don't value it like me. And so I could see how she would think that, but I do value it. I'm very appreciative of this life and the people who've affected me in my life, who have impacted me in a positive way, and for me having the ability to impact people in a positive way, and for so many good experiences I've had in the last 42 years, and also for more to come. Even the challenges. There's a lot of hills and valleys, as all of us know. There's a lot of shit. We have a lot of us all have adversity, big and small, and so I think it's important to reflect, and she's right 100%. It is important to acknowledge the day you were born as being a super important day, because, I mean, it's quite miraculous that one life, just was spawned on this planet. As she put it, a spirit was given a body. And I like how she put it that way. A spirit was given a body. So I'm really happy that my spirit was given a body and a vessel for this planet, and for me to be able to impact and receive impact as well. And so I'm going to continue to do that. Let's see. Unsubstantiate to Grant's emails. Oh, unsubscribe. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, your screen is cracked. That makes sense. What a pain in the ass. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you were able to unsubscribe from Grant's emails. Oh, because I was telling you, once you subscribe, so you know what I'm talking about, you literally get about 10 emails a day, 50 a week, no joke, not to mention the phone calls. And yeah, Sweet Goth, I did say spawned, didn't I? Spawn, what does that mean? Let's see, is that a bad, I know it usually means a bad thing, right? Let's see here. Spawned meaning a release or deposit of eggs. Yeah. A release or deposit of eggs. Okay. I probably not the best way to refer to me as. I guess, yeah, because when you put it that way, I guess I was a release or a deposit of eggs on this planet. Poor choice of words. Yeah, poor choice of words. Anyways, you guys get what I'm saying. So let's see. Is there anything else I want to cover? So to answer the question I asked everybody and myself, are all courses a scam? No. Unfortunately, the majority of them are, though. Again, it makes it really difficult for people like me and for other respectable, ethical, caring people out there to get through all that smoke and all that noise. It's really tough. It's because of that 95%, they've made it really difficult for people like me we've been outframed. Unfortunately, the evil has outframed the good. But the light will always shine through the darkness. I will say that. So good and bad, right? Unfortunately, we live on this planet where a lot of people, their temptations that they take deceive them. Therefore, they continue to operate with chasing money, chasing ego, chasing sex, chasing pride. And that is primarily why, in my opinion, 95% of coaches and mentors and gurus are scamming people and are the standard in the self-development industry. So, like Brad Lea told me, which I agree 100%, there is so many. So I will just say there has to be at least one person, two people, 3, 4, 5. There is a small amount of people that need to power through and expand the ethical leadership. And I want to be part of that. And I want to be a leader and an example for that. It's such a small little percentage of the self-development space that I think it needs to be talked about more. And so it's really sad. but it also gives me a lot of hope and a lot of room for growth to outshine and to combat that negative outframing of scammers and con men. So yeah, you think you respond, but I'd say you say you were more dropped off as the aliens were going by. You take her. You lot to take her. I can't read that small for some reason. I'm gonna have to blow that up. But yeah, you were dropped off by the aliens. Awesome. Maybe that was better. Maybe that was even better. So what I would say, what else did I want to, so yeah, I'm not hesitant anymore. I've gotten over that. The fact that people are going to criticize me for putting out a course when I eventually put out a course, I don't care. People are going to find out. My testimonials are also going to outframe that, much like my construction company. If you go on there, I was just talking about that. I got, let me see if I can find some of these. I've got about 92 reviews, and they're all really good. So the company speaks for itself. The whole reason for reviews is for people to share their experience. And let's see here. If you look at some of these reviews I got from my own company, it really isn't going to be no different for the coaching space for me. All right. So for those of you who don't know, Precision Patio Covers is my company. And 92 Google reviews. Some of these are like 3 paragraphs long. I had such a great experience with people. We added a patio cover to our deck. We're extremely pleased. Benjamin responded quickly and addressed our wants. His crew came in, did their job, cleaned up, left us a great patio cover. Positive responsiveness, punctuality, quality, professionalism, and value. These are all real. You can't fake reviews too, by the way. Ben and his crew did a great job installing our cover. It was what we expected. Professionalism, remodeling services. Some of these are really good. Ben was an amazing person to work with. He did a high quality job quickly, professionally, and for the right price. I haven't had a single issue with this in the last 7+ years I've had it. I love how it makes the rain sound, especially during a heavy rainstorm. Punctuality, quality. So they're all very, very similar, right? You can tell just by reading all. I got one bad review out of 92, and you'd have to really dig to find it. And by the way, I was just talking about this the other day. I've had people ask me about that bad review, and I explained it to them. I told them, yeah, this is what happened, and this is what got me the bad review, and so, yeah. Anyways, the reason I showed you that is because I'm going to approach my coaching company the same exact way. I don't need to worry because my reviews and testimonies are going to outframe that. I don't need to, I just need to put good energy out and I'll get good energy back. Very fucking simple, actually. And this is the way I operate my life. So I'm not hesitant anymore. It's just a matter of getting it out there. What were you saying? Kat, you were saying, Kat, you were saying, by the way, hater. The definition of a hater is an informal term for someone who intensely dislikes or criticizes a person or thing. The term is often used to describe someone who is spiteful or grudging and who enjoys belittling others. Yeah, that term's been thrown around way too loosely and is not really applicable to some of the people who. It's an easy way to make a box to put somebody in and never have to confront anything somebody talks about. You were saying, Sweet Goth, you were saying, don't prey on old ladies going through grief of losing their husbands and their sons. You're the least scammy person I know. Thank you so much. Exactly. And it's quite funny. So in case you guys didn't know this about me, the first sales job I had was when I was 18 and I was a telemarketer, right? One of the worst type of sales, one of the scammier types of sales positions in the industry. And I sucked at it. Well, I was trained so good and I adopted some of the other sales reps techniques there that were really good that I ended up becoming what they called an A rep, and I was fucking scamming people. I can clearly remember some old ladies that I took advantage of. I mean, not a lot of money. We're talking about $50 to $100 type packages, but unfortunately, I did do that, and that was something I was taught. And this is part of a story. This is why these courses are needed, because that's another course I'll be putting out. If you're a sales rep in an industry, how do you know if you're being taught how to sell ethically? Especially for young entrepreneurs, there's a lot of people like in my position when I was 18. I just was taught that. I thought that was what I needed to do to make the company successful. I didn't ask questions. It paid me. I got bonuses for it. And it felt bad. Even back then when I was kind of a little shit, I felt bad about it. But as I became a better person, I felt even worse about it. And even now as a 42-year-old, I mean, we're talking, what, was that 22 years ago? I still feel bad about it because I can vividly remember how I did that and manipulated old ladies or people that just didn't want something into buying something over a phone call. It was terrible. So that's needed. People who are in sales, like selling cars, or these young dudes who are selling solar or roofing or whatever, they're being taught bad sales tactics, bad sales strategies. Tactics are usually never good, in my opinion. Tactics are used in war. We're not going to war when we're in sales. So, anyways, being dismissed, hater has become way too common and misused, especially with Grant. Yeah, 100%. It's like I said, it's people just throwing people in a box so they don't have to address nothing. And then Lorraine, you were saying my construction company is in line with that. Is in line with what you are presenting here. There is no misalignment. Yeah, 100%. I appreciate that. And that's what I was saying. I'm just going to treat anything I do the same way I built, the same exact way I approached and sold and conducted myself in my own construction company. I care about people. I'm trying to give them a good experience. I'm trying to make sure that they're happy, and I'm not trying to deceive them or manipulate them and give them what they paid for with an exceptional service, an exceptional outcome. And that's what I'm focused on. It helps people in everyday life and not just to avoid gurus. You're all for it. Exactly. What's up, Christine? How you doing? So exactly. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, this isn't just for sales or business or the gurus or the coaching space, mentors, mentees. It is for everyday stuff. So I've just got so many ideas on how I can help people. And so I just need to put that out there. Free and paid courses. It's not a bad thing. So again, going back to my beliefs, it's not sales. It's not coaching and mentorship. It's not courses that are bad. It's the people that do those things that are bad. You can do that stuff in an ethical way. And, I think I will. I know I will. And I have no doubt I will. And anything that ever comes my way, I'll be able to navigate just by being myself. So what's the other thing I wanted to make sure I talked about? Yeah, I actually did cover all of the topics I wanted to cover. So that's pretty good. What's up, guys? Oh, I just seen your Instagram comment, Christine. But if you guys didn't understand, the whole purpose of this was to ask everybody else that watches this at a later date, what's your thoughts? Are all courses scams? Are all mentors scams? This really blew up. Of course, we've always had gurus, people like Tony Robbins and Grant Cardone and other people going back in time. They've always been around. However, during the pandemic is when this industry blew up. It really expanded because they were able to prey on a lot of business owners, and not even business owners, just everybody. They were able to prey on people's vulnerability. They were in fear. They were worried. They were worried about their job. They were worried about their businesses they were running. A lot of people had to stay home, so they had to they were online quite a bit, so their face was always in the screen. And that is where it really blew up. And so the mentorship and coaching space had a surge during the pandemic. 2019 to 2022, it really just skyrocketed. And it's because of that reason, because everybody was just in a different mental state of confusion, scarcity, uncertainty, and doubt and fear. And that is how 90% of these scammers and con men work, and how they're able to take advantage of people's prey on that vulnerability, because it's really hard to scam somebody who knows themselves and goes through that. And so that's some of the stuff I'm going to be teaching is like, it's not that you can't have fear. It's not that you can't have uncertainty. It's not that you're a human. You're going to feel some of that at some point. How do you navigate that? How do you know if someone's preying on that natural emotion that you have as a person? All right. And I'll be talking about red flags. I'll be talking about how you can spot and tell if somebody's doing that. How you can feel that energy. I'll be talking about tangible things, and I'll be talking about intangible things like spirituality and energy, right? A lot of people don't really talk about the energy aspect as much as I'd like. Obviously there's a lot of energy and spiritual coaches out there and doing that, but there's also energy and spiritual coaches I've noticed that are pretty scammy too as well. And the ethics part is not talked about enough. So I'm going to be grinding and drilling on ethics in business, in sales, in life more than anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Lorraine, you were asking, I think you're asking my thoughts on Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins, I don't know enough about it. I'll tell you who you could ask that question to. Sweet Goth is very familiar with Tony Robbins, and I think, matter of fact, just hopped off a Tony Robbins call right before he jumped on here, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe you could connect with her. She knows a lot more about Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi, I believe is his name. I think there's good and bad with a lot of these people. A lot of them have some good things to say. That's also why you have to be very careful, I believe, when navigating that space, when you're getting involved, when you're getting closer and closer in proximity with some of these gurus, is because you need to be able to feel that energy, I feel like. Once you get closer, you can find out, and you have some interaction maybe with either them or their team, you will find out really quick what the vibe is like and what the intention is like, what the agenda is. You can tell if they just want some money from you, or if they actually care. You can tell if they're a giver or if they're a taker. Quite frankly, you can just feel if it's good or bad. I really try to just simplify this so that a child can understand what I'm saying. Most children are, I feel like, really good with their intuition because they can see through the bullshit. They can see through people's deception. They can feel that energy when it's off. And so kids don't always, especially if they can't speak yet or know very little words, they really pay attention to just energy. And kids are really good at studying and analyzing people, body language, and their emotions, and their energy. So it's for that very reason. As you grow up and you live on this earth, obviously, we tend to hold on to people's words and red flags we tend to ignore. And that's the type of energy I'm talking about getting back to, is like paying attention to your intuition, to feel, to do what's right for yourself, and to feel if the person that you're interacting with is also doing what's right, not what they want. You know what I mean? Like, is this person going after their wants and their needs and their selfish desires, or are they just doing what's right? So I really try to just strip it down to like a very basic, energetic, spiritual type of awareness as well, within all the obvious other stuff that I talk about. So I like talking about that, especially because I'm so passionate about it, because the whole reason I woke up to Grant Cardone's nonsense was because I had a spiritual awakening. I had such an intense series of things happen to me. And by the way, I'll do a whole podcast on that, just talking about that, because I don't talk about it enough. But it was quite intense. I had some remarkable things happen to me that really woke me up to people and this life, and a lot of experiences that I've had, and it was just such a crazy intense amount of things happened to me in a very short period of time. It was like, oh my God, the light was just shined on everything for me. A lot of clarity, a lot of oh my God, all I could say is like an awakening. Let's put it that way. A transcending, huge awakening, an epiphany, call it what you want. So I love talking about that stuff. So I will also be putting out courses on that, and also talking about how you can discern even for the spiritual gurus and the people that teach energy and spirituality, which is a very valuable thing to do. But is the person ethical that's teaching it to you? Are they also trying to pressure you into stuff and, chase money, chase their own ego because they want to be the spiritual guru? Like, there's still unethics and people who don't operate with morals in every aspect of coaching and mentoring. So I can't wait to talk about more of that stuff. And yeah, I absolutely am just super excited for what I'm going to be doing. So big don't. Sweet Goth was saying Tony's such a big donut hole in her opinion. And then Lorraine, yeah, you had your time when you was with him. Sweet Goth just spent 3 days with him online. And then Lorraine, you're wondering if it was staged. More than likely, yes. Yeah, 100%, Lorraine. I could already tell you're gonna get a kick out of the stuff I talk about with my spiritual awakening. It's so new. It's only a year and a half ago, so I can't wait to talk about that. Matter of fact, there were so many people involved with that also here that I know personally, and some people that I was beginning to know that I would love to get their stories maybe and their contributions on their experience, because I don't know, crazy stuff happened. Let's put it that way. So there is some things happening that people, it sounds like a freaking story, like a made up story. If I tell certain people this, which I stopped kind of coming out and explaining it to certain people, it sounds made up. It sounds like whatever, dude. I'll never believe that. There's no way that happened. And so I kind of stopped just sharing that with everybody. You know what I mean? There's certain people I can trust, because the reality is these things happened. I'm a pretty logical, rational, realistic person, and so I have nothing to gain by making up stories or anything like that. However, I can see why someone hearing some of these stories would be like, "Yeah, right, dude." But I don't really. I don't have. I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. I'm just talking about my experiences. So I absolutely look forward to sharing more of that as well. I have talked a little bit about it, but I haven't really dove into it. Yeah, there's no Sweet Goth is saying there's no something claiming she has psychic abilities to target people. Wait until I tell you about her. Yeah, definitely tell me about her. There's certain people that I'm going to be looking into and kind of, I have plans for things I'm going to be doing on this channel. Which, by the way, Lorraine, you gave me a lot of good ideas and suggestions, so I'll definitely be taking that, and I really appreciate that feedback, because I'll definitely be utilizing some of those suggestions that you gave me. So thank you for that. Kat, you're saying you experienced a crash course during your awakening too. Looking forward to hearing more of yours. Yeah, Kat, and I think I'm pretty sure we've shared some of our stories with each other, so I'm really happy and excited to hear that you've had some similar things happen to you. It's really cool because I can relate. What's up? I appreciate you, Sa Rosales, and anybody else on here. By the way, if you're just hopping on here, I got to keep saying this. Go to YouTube and subscribe to today's Misguided Mentors so I can see your comments and I can respond to you in real time, okay? Go do that. Go to my bio and click the link, or just jump on YouTube right now and punch in today's Misguided Mentors, all right? Christine, you're saying you had one in November and it scared the crap out of you. Hopefully it was a good thing after. I mean, they can be scary, 100%. I especially when they're really intense. And so I'm interested to hear that. I'd love to chat with you about that and hear your story. It's really cool. Once you've been through it and someone else has been through it, we get it. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, real recognizes real, as we can say. And so when people start telling me about their whatever crazy spiritual story or something happened to them, I get excited about hearing that. Yeah, exactly. Not everyone will get it. We can count all. We can all share our experiences on your channel. I believe we are connected, and the awakened brought us together. 100%. Yeah, I don't. I don't. Not everybody agrees with this, but I don't believe in coincidences now that I've had some of these experiences. I've had dots connect because of this for me on stuff that I just didn't understand 30 years ago. There's things that happened to me 30 years ago that made sense a year ago when this happened to me. It was just like a dot connecting, like, holy shit, that happened for this to happen 30 years later. That's how crazy it is. So I don't believe in coincidences anymore. I know this sounds like some tree hugger. It doesn't sound like it does to everybody on here. Maybe Sweet Goth. Maybe she thinks it's some woo woo stuff, but hopefully not. Anyways, yeah, I look forward to hearing everybody's stories. But anyways, I'm gonna jump off at 6:30. I've got to make me a birthday pizza, and so I'm super excited for that. I thought I'd just make sure I get in a live because I wasn't able to do one yesterday. And so I'm super excited to continue the frequency and the consistency on the channel. Thank you guys for all your support and your guys' positive energy, your feedback. All that stuff really means a lot to me. And thank you for your opinions and sharing your thoughts on the topics I bring up. Like, for instance, today, my whole question was, is every course a scam? And so I like hearing your guys' opinion. I like getting feedback from people. So thank you so much for that. I'm going to jump off here. All of you guys all of you girls, have a fantastic rest of your weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And I'll see you guys next time, all right? Thank you for the birthday wishes, too. I appreciate that. Take care, all right?